Hi everyone, hope everyone's doing well. Happy day. I've kind of forgotten what day it is. So hope you are all doing well, surviving in your homes, keeping yourself busy, and maybe practicing and doing a little bit of movement every day. So join me on the mat. I'm gonna use 2 blocks today, and if you don't have blocks, use something like a block to maybe put your hands on if you need a little bit of extra support. Okay, so join me on the mat. Cross your legs, come into a comfortable seated position, and grow tall through your spine. Close your eyes and start to notice your breath. Maybe just doing a general body scan to see how your physical body is doing today. And then also noticing if your thoughts are running rampant, how you're mentally feeling today. Just do a quick assessment of that. And take one more full round deep breath in through the nose and then out through the nose. Bring your head down, gently flutter your eyes open, keeping a soft gaze, look up. Start to lean back, bring your arms up, engage your core, and then make your way forward over your legs onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide, get your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And on your inhale, drop your belly to the floor, open your chest, tuck the toes. On your exhale, round your back, round your spine, tops of the feet press down, head comes down. You're gonna flow through your cat-cow here with your breath. Breathing in as you look up, belly drops. Breathing out as the head comes down, belly rounds up. You can close your eyes here and feel that connection of your spine all the way from the base of your sacrum to the crown of your head. And then now start to come into a neutral spine. Lift your lower legs up off the floor. And you're gonna start to kind of windshield wiper them to the right side. And I'm looking to my right. Okay, and then I'm gonna switch, go to the opposite side. So on your inhale, you're coming to the center. And then on your exhale, you're going to one side, doesn't matter which one. Inhaling center, exhaling to the side. Good, and then place your feet down onto the floor. Now on your inhale, staying in your neutral spine, stay. On your exhale, you're gonna bend one elbow back, okay? Other arm staying straight, you're gonna rotate to the opposite side. Okay? So inhaling to the center, as I bend my right elbow back, I'm rotating to the opposite side or my left side. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, bending the left elbow, I rotate my body to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale to the opposite side. Noticing how the spine twists as you do this. Making sure that the arm that's not bending is super straight. And also being aware of trying not to shift your hips side to side. Doing one more time on each side. And then coming back to neutral, bring your knees apart, big toes touch, sit back onto your heels, and then walk your hands forward, keep them tented up, and then rest your head down on the floor. Bringing your hands back, come up onto all fours. Take your hands one palm print in front of you. Tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back, down dog. Pedal out your feet. Now keeping your spine really rounded up. Okay, so I'm pulling my belly in towards my spine. Roll forward into your plank. And then unfurl your head to be in your full plank. And then press back, down dog again. Again, rounding the spine like a cat. Shifting your weight forward. And then lengthening and straightening out the spine in your plank. And pressing back, down dog. Last one, rounding the spine, kind of making a wave with it as you come all the way forward into your plank. Lower down to your knees, lower yourself all the way down. Bring your hands at the sides of your armpits with your elbows glued in. Press the tops of your feet down, lift your head, neck, and chest. So you can press up higher, depending on how your back feels today, or you can be on your forearms and press your chest up, opening it up towards the front of your mat. On your exhale, lower. I'm gonna do this a couple more times. Inhaling, coming up, and exhale, lower down. Last one, inhale, come up, and exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, down dog. Take tiny steps to walk forward. You can tent your fingers to make more space. And then hang out in your forward fold here with your feet slightly more apart. Grab onto your upper arms and rock your torso side to side. As you release any tension in your neck, in your back, between your shoulder blades, let all of it go. Come to stillness here. Take a nice deep breath in through your mouth, and then out through your mouth. Again, in through the mouth, and out. Last one, in and out. Letting go of your arms. Curl your spine up one vertebrae at a time, leaving your arms really heavy. Make your way up, let your head stack on top of your spine. Roll your shoulders up on your inhale, on your exhale, set it down your back. Again, on the inhale, lifting it up, shrugging. On your exhale, opening and lowering them down. Last one, inhaling up and exhaling down. With inhale, circle the arms up, grow tall through the sides of your body. On your exhale, keep all that length, dive forward and down. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press your hands down, step back into your downward facing dog. Come forward into a plank. Lower all the way down. Lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up all fours, press back, down dog. Take your right leg and lift it up. Bring your knee to your chest, round your spine. Place the foot between your hands. Take your right hand and bring it onto the inside of the right foot and heel toe that right leg out. Take your left hand, place it onto the floor or on your block. And then sharpen the edge of your right foot out, bringing the sole of your foot off the floor. Use your right hand to press open that right thigh. Trying not to shrug into the left shoulder, keeping it back and down, keeping your spine nice and lengthened. Use your right hand to bring the leg back to center, heel toeing it. Bringing both hands onto your blocks, hop that back foot in slightly and extend or straighten your right leg. Hold here. So thinking about cutting the right hip back as the left hip reaches forward, keeping your pelvis square. Good. Taking your blocks or your hands and coming into a wide lunge. Slowly moving side to side to stretch out your inner thighs. And coming back to the center on your inhale, come into a flat back. On your exhale, fold. You can either keep your hands on the blocks, or if you can make it down all the way to the floor, hands on the floor. Try and shift your weight a little bit more forward into the forefoot rather than hanging in your heels. And then think about your sit bones reaching up towards the ceiling. Just using that energy to feel the backs of your legs opening up. Release your head. And then come back up into your flat back. Heel toe your feet together. And then sit down into a wide squat here. Press your elbows into your inner thighs. And then bring your hands together at the center of your chest. Bringing your hands down and wide, tenting your fingers. Start to twist open to your left as you keep pushing your right leg out. Lower the left hand down, switching sides, twisting to the right. One more time, lowering down, twisting left. And lowering down, twisting right. Coming back to the center. Taking your hands onto the blocks or the floors, lift your hips up and heel toe your feet wide like how they were. Grab onto your blocks, or just make your way to the front as you pivot your feet, and then step your right leg back, down dog. Come forward into a plank and hold. Lower all the way down. Inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, lower, head comes down. Inhaling all fours, tucking the toes, down dog. Take your left leg and lift it up high. Bring your knee to your chest, round your back, and step the foot in between your hands. Take the left hand and bring it on the inside of your left foot, and then heel toe that left foot out to the side. Make a sharp line with the outer edge of your left foot and lift the sole of your foot up off the floor. Use your left hand to press that leg away, opening up the hip. Option to use a block under your right arm. Keep that back leg still lifted and strong. Using your thigh muscles to keep the leg from sagging down. And then slowly bring your knee back, using your hand, heel toe it in, grabbing onto both your blocks, hopping that back foot in just a little bit, straightening the front leg. Cut your left hip back, push your right hip forward. Trying not to round your spine fully, keeping it parallel to the floor. Rebend the front knee, and then use your blocks to make your way into a wide stance. Okay. So while you're there, I'm gonna just turn around so you can see the front. Okay. And again, moving side to side, second round of stretching out your inner thighs. Maybe go a little bit deeper here, or you can play around with the angle of your foot. So you can bring the foot up, and sit the hip back, maybe even more. Just doing what feels good. And breathing as you do what feels good. And again, inhaling into a flat back. Exhaling, folding forward. Imagining that the backs of your legs are touching a wall. So try not to lean back into that wall, but like push yourself forward so that the backs of your heels and your buttocks are all in one line. Let your head go. Shake it yes, shake it no. And let your shoulders go. Pulling in through your navel and up through the pelvic floor here. On your inhale, come into your flat back, and then heel toe the feet back in until you're in a wide crouched position. Take your elbows and push your knees out. And then make a prayer with your hands. Staying here, feeling that length all the way from the base of your tailbone to the crown of your head. Now take your arms out to the side and tent them, twisting to your left. Exhaling down, inhale, twist to the right. And exhale. And again, left. Exhaling. And right. And exhale. Good. Press your hands down, lift your hips up, heel toe the feet out. And if you brought your blocks with you, bring them back to the front as you pivot your feet. And then step it back with your right leg. Staying here. Trying to lengthen the spine in this position. And then slowly lower down to your knees, bring them wide, sit back, child's pose. Slowly coming up onto all fours, swinging your legs to one side, sit on the opposite hip, and then swing your legs forward. Making your way down to the floor, start to grab from behind the legs. Make your spine really tall, so using my arms to help me do that for a moment. Now, imagine like you have a corset around your belly, so you're pulling that corset in and wrapping your abdominals around you. Let go of your arms. Good. Keep reaching your fingertips up towards that diagonal. Press your feet down into the floor and imagine like you have a ball in between your knees that you're squeezing. As you slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time, going as slow as you possibly can. Really lengthening each vertebrae away from each other, making space for the next. And when your head comes down, lower your arms down and bend your knees. Cross your left foot over your right. Bring your knees to your chest and then either grab onto your shins or onto your feet, depending on how flexible you are. I'm gonna grab my shins. And then you're gonna bring your lower legs away from each other, feeling a stretch in your left hip. Try not to lift your back up off the floor, so keep it nice and flat on the floor. Almost trying to uncurl your tailbone. The more you try and uncurl your tailbone or flatten it to the floor, the more stretch you'll feel. And then slowly let go of the legs, switching sides, crossing the right leg over the left. Bringing your knees to your chest, grabbing onto your shins or your feet. Just flex your feet. And then remembering to flatten the back on the floor. Feeling a deep stretch in the right hip. And slowly letting your legs go. Bringing your feet down. You can either grab onto your blocks, or if you prefer not to have blocks, you could put pillows, or if this feels okay on your hips staying up here, you can stay up here. But otherwise, you can take your blocks or your pillows and just put them underneath your thighs to make space. Take your hands onto the belly. Relax your head down and find a really comfortable spot for the back of your head to rest in. Sending your breath all the way to the base of your abdomen. So imagining your pelvis like a big bowl. Seeing if you can send your breath all the way to the base of that bowl. And then exhaling all the air out of the bowl. body get heavier on each exhale. Taking one more full round of breath here. And then using your hands to help lift your legs back up to the center. Move the blocks away. Roll over onto your right side for a moment. And then use your left hand to press yourself up. Keep your eyes closed and come into a comfortable seated position. Taking your hands onto your thighs, either face up or down. And ending this quick practice the same way we started. Just by going more internal and being aware of the breath. Noticing how the body feels before and after the practice. Noticing the volume of thoughts in your mind before versus after. And just taking this brief pause or moment of rest in your day and savoring it. Taking one more full round of breath. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest. Bow your head down towards your body and towards your mini practice. Gently flutter your eyelids open and have a soft gaze at the floor. And then slowly bring your head upright. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Namaste.